What's going on, guys? So in this video I'm going to be teaching you how you can make your GameCube buttons more responsive. So if you have a GameCube controller like I do, this one I bought in lots a couple months ago, and came with 4 controllers, and out of 2 of the controllers the buttons just weren't very clicky, particularly the B and the A button. They just feel, when you use them they work, but they're very mushy, just not a clickiness to them. If I'm pressing this right now, you should hear it on the camera. I put it right next to the camera and you can't really hear the clickiness. Just kind of mushy. So I'm going to be showing you how you can fix that. It's pretty easy. You need a few things though. So first of all, you need your GameCube controller, obviously. Second, you need a tri-wing screwdriver. So I have this nice iFixit set with a bunch of stuff, which is super handy for any electronics. I bought it a while ago, and I'll throw a link down in the description. You can also find just a plain old tri-wing screwdriver on like eBay and Amazon for like, I don't know, $5 or $10, pretty cheap. And if you're ever going to open up any more Nintendo stuff, it'll be useful to have. And then you're also going to need one more thing. You need these conductive silicone pads for your GameCube controller. So I'll explain this in a minute when we open up the controller and show you how to put this in there. But basically these are the pads that go under your buttons that are conductive, and when you press down it completes the circuit and basically makes the console know that you press that certain button. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. It's pretty simple. Let me go ahead and zoom in so you can see the controller a little bit better. Alright, so now we're zoomed on the controller, and it's hard to explain. I tried to explain on the video, but it's hard to explain the mushy versus the clickiness, but I think you'll know if you have a mushy button, and this should fix your issue. So first of all, you have 6 screws in the back. Hopefully you can see them. There's 6 holes. You got one there, one there, one there, one there, and then one right there, one right there. I've already taken out 4 of them because I was just messing with this recently. So let me just take out the other 2. Alright, so there we go. I can't imagine that it'll take you more than 2 or 3 minutes to take all the screws out. And then what you want to do is you want to slide this portion off like so. The first time you're taking it apart, it might get a little bit stuck on like this wire and stuff, but don't fret. Just be careful, and it'll come out pretty easily. And now you have all of your basically your front plate, plastic plate, and then all of your internals. You want to take your internals out, just kind of gently lift up, and it'll come out. This wire right here will kind of get stuck on some stuff, but just kind of jiggle it out and it'll come loose eventually, like so. So you have your joysticks still stuck here. And one thing you might want to do while you're taking this apart is you might want to actually clean up your stuff. Like this controller has some icky, gooey stuff on the joysticks, so I'm probably going to clean that up while I'm in here. And basically the pieces you're going to be replacing are these things right here. There's also a couple on the triggers, and those are the conductive pads that basically when you press down, it clicks on the circuit board and completes the circuit. Alright, so here's a little baggie that the new replacement ones came in, and I don't think I said the price, but it's only like $5.99 on Amazon right now. That price could fluctuate, but if you're fixing up a controller, GameCube controller, these things are worth like, I don't know, $40 or so for in good condition. So it's definitely worth it if you want to fix up one of your controllers. So it's pretty simple to do. All we're going to do is take this piece right here, put it to the side. We'll also give you a little comparison first. They're built like a little bit differently, but they work the same. And you can kind of just feel the old one. It's just not as clicky anymore. It's just pretty mushy. It's kind of expected. I mean, these controllers have been around a long time. Basically just put it in place of the last one, exact same spot, and we're going to do that for all 3 of these spots. We did the left one, let's do the middle one now. Fits in like so. Do the D-pad. That one fits in nicely. And we got a couple more buttons, and these are for the triggers now. So got these. What you're going to do, let's see, where is it at? Okay, so you take your plastic piece from the back, and if you look kind of under, hopefully you can see it, but under each trigger there's one right there, one right there. Honestly, you don't really need to replace these if they're not bad, but you might as well, because the kit comes with all of the conductive pads, so you might as well change them out while you're in here. Alright, so these are a little bit trickier. I haven't actually taken these out before, but I think you can just use like a little a flathead screwdriver and pop it out. Yep, like so. Hopefully you can see that, and then you're going to take your other one and basically slide it in the same place. Alright, there you go. So we got this one done. It was actually pretty easy. Now we're going to do the other one. Alright, so now we got both of them done. Should be good to go. Like I said, first time I've done that portion, but it was pretty easy. It took me like 2 minutes. Alright, so now we're basically done. You just got to put the controller back together. And like I mentioned, while you're in here, you might as well clean it up. I got some gunk down here, so I'm going to clean this stuff up, and then I'll come back and put the controller back together. Alright guys, so I cleaned this thing up a little bit. Got some of the gunk out, not quite as nasty now. So what you want to do now is take the front plastic plate, face it down, just make sure buttons don't fall out. Then you want to take your internal boards and basically put them in how they came in. You want to put them face down, and they should fit in pretty easily. Just make sure the Z button still clicks, and then you want to make sure that these two sliders right here are at the top, and those basically engage with your triggers. If you're at the bottom, then they're not going to work, so make sure that they're at the top, and then you want to route this cable right here around so that it's back in place where it started. And then once you get that in place, you should be good to go. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think, hopefully. Alright, so now all you gotta do is put your back plate on, which should be pretty easy. Slide it right on top. It should slide right in. And before you put everything back together, I would advise just testing it out. So my two triggers are working. My Z button works and clicks. Joystick works. C-stick works. D-pad seems to work. Start, pause works. B, A, Y, and X all work. And you can just tell. You can hear how much clickier those are. I'm doing it at the microphone now, so hopefully you can hear it. So much clickier than before. Even clickier than the original, as far as I can tell. So let's go ahead and put the screws back in and put this thing all the way back together. Alright guys, so we got the controller back together. All 6 screws are in the back, and we're good to go. I mean, this controller is basically like brand new now. Clean it up a little bit on the outside, and you can't tell a difference from a brand new one. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope it helped you out. If it did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll also throw some links down in the description for everything I used in this, like the tri-wing screwdriver, the conductive button kit, and also I'll try to put this pad down in the description as well. Pretty nice for putting stuff on and kind of just as a workspace kind of mat. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and have a great day.